Just imagine you were born in a slum where sewage runs in the street and the rubbish lies in the open. You've never seen the world outside. This is your home, and this is your church. Imagine being born in serious poverty, like half of the world. It means that you own nothing. You can't buy anything or travel where you want. Your father's small salary as a laborer means there's no money for new clothes, no money for proper food, no money for medicines when you fall sick, no bank account, no pension, nothing for tomorrow. No dignity or sense of self-worth, no hope of learning to read and write or getting a decent job, no future. It's bleak and it's dark, and it's how millions in Pakistan live their lives. Can you imagine that? You can't. In a world of plenty, poverty is a scandal that should trouble everyone. Small wonder it leads many to despair. The world is a desperately unfair place. But we believe the poor deserve better. The focus of the Starfish Asia Fund is Pakistan, a country that lies at the heart of the Islamic world. In Pakistan, about 5 million Christians live among the 160 million Muslims. Christians who are often marginalized and forgotten, many of them among the world's poorest. It's tough to be a Christian in Pakistan, especially if you're poor. Absolute destitution is a desperately ugly thing. Starfish Asia is a Christian response to this world of human need. We know that we can't solve all the problems, but we know too that we have to do something. And that's why we find the story of the starfish especially attractive. The story goes like this. There was a man walking beside the sea one day, and he saw a boy ahead of him walking down the sand and picking up starfish that had become stranded on the beach and throwing them back into the ocean. He caught up with the boy and said, "What are you doing?" The boy replied, "If I don't save these starfish, they will dry up and die in the midday sun." "But young man," he replied, "there are thousands of starfish on the beach. You can't save them all. What difference does it make to save a few?" The boy reached down and he picked up another starfish from the sand and he threw it back into the sea, and he said, "Well, it makes a big difference to this one." That is the philosophy of our Starfish Asia Fund. We know that we can't save them all, but we know that it makes a huge difference to save what we can. We have been saving starfish since Starfish Asia was registered in 2003. And now we have the opportunity to give some picture of what has been accomplished over these last 5 years, and to say a thank you to those of you who have helped us. 10-year-old Imran is one of those grateful starfish. We first met him when he'd already been ill for more than a year. He had advanced tuberculosis and was lying on a string bed, shaded from the hot sun, pale complexion, gaunt, hollow eyes. It was clear he didn't have long to live. His whole family, mother, father and 4 siblings, all nominally Christian, worked at one of Pakistan's notorious brick kilns. That meant they were desperately poor and worked in dangerous conditions to earn a meager living. Brick kiln workers start their day at 3 in the morning, making bricks by hand from bare earth, packing them into the brick kiln, firing the bricks, and all for a few rupees. Life on the kilns is rightly described as bonded labor or slavery. and most of the kiln workers are Christians. Angela Michael runs a primary school for the children of brick kiln workers that is supported by Starfish Asia. You may remember her from our last video.
When we came here, we feel that these people are here and they are in such a need of the school, because that is the only help we can do. We cannot pay out the debts of all the people over here. We cannot, we don't have lots of money that we can help every time we bring things and give food and everything. So the key was to open a school, to catch the root, and the root is their children. If we will educate their children, then it will going on and on and on. It's a long process, but that is the key.
Imran was fortunate. Angela and her family found him and quickly realized how ill he was.
When we came here, so he was crying and he said, "Save me." And then sir have prayed, and there was friends that we all prayed for him.
Their intervention saved his life. They took him in and cared for him. After many months of hospital care, now both he and his brothers are studying at the school. Imran has made an amazing recovery. Arthur and his cousins, Rubina, Angela and Edna, oversee this remarkable ministry that is giving a future to a whole community. Imran owes his life to their care, and we owe thanks to everyone who made it possible for the Miracle Ministries family to rescue Imran.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just imagine that was you in the picture. Imagine you faced a life on a Pakistani brick kiln or as a street sweeper, because you had never had a chance for anything else. What would be your dream? More than half of Pakistan's Christians can't read or write because they've never been to school, and without a basic education, they can't get a decent job, they can't hope to improve their economic position, they can't even read the Bible for themselves. Starfish Asia is committed to provide education to the poor that is both free and accessible. And also gives Christian values and teaching that will equip the next generation to face the future with faith and hope. Our policy is not to open or to run schools ourselves. The key to our success is our Pakistani partners. Committed Christians with a God-given concern to help their community, and especially the poor. Without our Pakistani partners, we can do nothing. And without help from our supporters, they can do very little. Over the past few years, our Pakistani partners have given new hope to hundreds of children and their families. That is what it means to save Starfish.